Is the worst of the pullback already over after this pump, or do we have to expect lower prices from here? I'm gonna show you some signs that I have found in the charts that are pointing into the direction where Bitcoin is most likely going over the next couple of days and also here over the weekend. So if you want to know what I have found, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, like this video, and also activate the bell so that you will never miss out on these really important updates, especially when we are nailing it as we did for the last 7 days or so. And now let's directly get into today's content here. What we can observe is that we had yesterday here a nice bounce back to the upside. We had here an amazing V-shaped recovery. So here a nice V-shaped recovery with continuation to almost $38,000. Actually, yeah, we tapped $38,000. And there again, I told you there is a weekly resistance up here, and that is rejecting us for now. So now we have something else that happened yesterday. By tapping only $38,000, we have technically created a double top if we are not breaking this lower high here in the next, let's say, 2 or 3 days. Then if I move here on this chart into a lower time frame, we can understand a little bit better what's going on here. And that is that we have here, for once, up here, falling wedge or a pennant. So you can, yeah, a bull flag. However, pennant, bull flag, and at the end of the day, it's the same thing. If we measure it, then this should bring us to $39,467. So if you were not able yesterday to catch this pump that I had given you, I told you down here is the area from where you can long, or you do it from $36,500, and that was the perfect area to long it if you longed it from here, because you caught this whole move here to the upside if you were not able to catch it down here the day before. Like I said, once we are seeing this breakout, there is a next trading opportunity for Bitcoin. You have to wait for a break above $37,600. That is the entry level, and then you have your target $39,480 approximately. Stop loss I would set at $37,100. It's slightly under that formation, just to make sure that yeah, if the trade turns against you, that you will get stopped out in a slight loss here, not in a major loss. So why do I believe that we see here a breakout in the shorter time frames today? Because the stochastic RSI is already at the bottom. The RSI is in neutral area, in a neutral area, but pointing here also to the upside. So momentum should be to the upside. And we had quite a correction already since yesterday. Oh no, sorry, this is since yesterday. Since we pushed here to $38,000. And on the 30 minutes of correction like that, in an uptrend is absolutely okay. But yeah, I believe that this is going to break here in the next couple hours to the upside. Also on the 4-hourly chart, it looks not much different. If we keep the price level where we are at right now, then also the stochastic RSI should turn around here, which will then also lead to a small pump to the upside. And also here the RSI will then also turn around, go into neutral, not into a downtrend. And that will then also lead to further upwards momentum. In the case that we would lose the momentum, the next area that I would be looking at would be $36,600 for a long. That is basically the bottom of that resistance area that we have just broken. That would become my next bidding area for a long to the upside, because we would most likely see something like this. And I'm going to show you in a moment a really interesting chart that will confirm that we will most likely go are seeing something like this here over the next couple of days playing out and tapping $40,000 and beyond. On the liquidations, we can see that yesterday we have taken out here the over leveraged short positions, exactly as I had told you guys that this is most likely going to happen, because it was the lowest hanging fruit to take. And now they could you could aim here for these over leveraged longs, but it doesn't make a lot of sense because it's not a lot. The shorts that are sitting above us with the liquidation levels are more likely to be targeted and to be taken out. And this goes all the way up here to $41,200. So I believe if we see these shorts to be taken out, then we're going to see a wick higher than that into $40,000 and then a rejection coming back into that area. That is what I believe is most likely here going to happen based on the liquidation levels. And then we're going to see at some point, depending on how high we go here on the chart, if we go like to 42, 44, 48, it doesn't matter. At some point, the music is going to stop. And then what's going to happen is that we're going to take here all this underlying liquidity that was untapped. It can be a really, so I believe it will be a really fast move once it's happening. We have seen that before in the past, where Bitcoin hit a key resistance, tapped against it, and then immediately had like a $10,000 move to the downside. So, and that move will be really fast. It will take maybe 15 minutes to clean all this down here, in my opinion, if it will be a fast move. And then it will wick up again. And then it will stay like in the mid 30s. So be prepared for that move. It's not coming right now. It will come when we get above $40,000, in my opinion. So there is still maybe like a week or 10 days, something like this, is still in the tank for Bitcoin and for the whole crypto market overall to run a little bit. But once we're getting into $40,000, I set on every single trade a stop loss, and a really tight one, to make sure that when Bitcoin is turning around, that I get stopped out and profit. This move that is coming for Bitcoin once we are in the $40,000 area will be so tremendous and dangerous for so many people that I don't want to be exposed or heavily exposed to that downside risk. And you can speak to any analyst that you want. I do. I speak to other analysts out there, and we are all coming to the same conclusion. Get above $40,000, big rejection to the downside into liquidity. When you look at the charts, it's like clear as day and night, you know, so you cannot argue with this, you know, so it's impossible to argue with this, that this is at some point playing out. But nonetheless, when we're looking at this 4-hourly chart, we have to hold here above $37,250 to have a chance to move here immediately higher. If we lose that area, we will most likely not repeat what we did here in the past. But for now, I believe that we're going to hold this just because we followed these downwards trended curves to the T with an incoming pump. And then we had always a small retracement. And then we saw the next move here to the upside. So you see here the same thing. We came up, we had some consolidation, a small downwards trend, and then we pumped here again. So that is most likely also what we are seeing here right now, what we are experiencing. That's why I'm not too concerned about the price action right now, and believe that, worst case at $37,000, we're going to stop to go lower and starting to turn around here slowly back to the upside. On a 12-hourly chart, I would like to see that we close above $37,400, because also here, that is a resistance area. You see that for the last week or so, we kind of stayed or tried to stay above that level. So this is an important level to flip. If we close a daily candle above that level today, we're definitely going to see continuation tomorrow to the upside. Also here, the stochastic RSI is giving us a buy signal. That's exactly what I would like to see. And also the MACD is about to give us a buy signal if we just close a little bit higher. If we get this $200 move to close at $37,400. Also the MACD will flip bullish here again. And then we definitely have the missing momentum that we need to push here into higher price levels. Here on the weekly chart, the only thing what I would like to see is that we close the weekly candle, this one here, as it is. Because if we do, then the next weekly candle will most likely push to the upside, which again means continuation for us. And that is what we want to see. That means from a macro perspective, again, we have round about 10 days, 11 days before we see a big nuke to the downside for the Bitcoin price. And that can coincide here with that major resistance level around $42,000, $43,500. And most likely it's going to nuke after the weekly close. So I have seen it in the past, in previous major runs in Bitcoin, that on the weekly close, when we get really close to the weekly close, the last couple of minutes, price started rallying into resistance. And if we did not break the resistance into the weekly close and we actually got stuck around the level, then just after the weekly close, like a second after it, we started dumping. And that is most likely the scenarios that I have in mind when it comes to next week's weekly close. If we are not already at $42,000 before, then by the weekly close, I think after the weekly close, we could see this big move to the downside. And guys, I just want to remind you really quick, don't forget that on a BYBIT, you still get $30,000 if you use my specific link. Only with that link, you will be able to claim that bonus. And on BitGet, also $30,000 plus 20% on your initial deposit, but only for trading. You can only withdraw the proceeds from the 20% that you get on top of your deposit, but also only with the link, because I have negotiated that with them. And also on Phemex, there you still get a bonus. I don't know what kind of bonus you get right now, because I'm still waiting that they get back to me with my deal. I didn't heard from them yet today, but also if you want to trade on Phemex and you're in the US, then use Phemex here. And also something that I wanted to say here really quick, I will be copy trading on BYBIT again. So if you want to copy trade me, then search for AMCrypto on BYBIT in the copy trade section. Today or tomorrow, I'm gonna restart copy trading there. Let's talk about the funding rates real quick. The funding rates are mostly here in the red, which is not what we want to see, because it favors still the longs. Yesterday we looked a little bit more neutral. I would have seen here more white than red, but for now it's kind of, it's okay, you know. So it's a mix, you know. So it's not super bad, you know. So the mix is kind of okay. So yeah, if I look on a daily, it's not so much okay anymore. So this is just current. Yeah, because we just had a crazy pump. So, but again, funding rates can stay for a long time like this. That doesn't mean anything for the time being. It's just an indication. Yeah, so, but this can stay for a little bit like this. Maybe it's going to change after the daily close today. The USD dominance is bouncing a little bit back here to the upside. Down here is a little bit of support that we are bouncing off, yeah, for the last couple of days. But if we lose that, then we go yeah, lower on the USD dominance, which means that altcoins will continue to pump, and also Bitcoin will have a little push to the upside. The Bitcoin dominance is breaking here 52%. That is exactly what I wanted to see. The next target, the longer term target that I have on the dominance, is all the way down here at 49%. I think from that area, we're going to see a major bounce in the Bitcoin dominance. But until then, I don't believe that we see a severe bounce in the dominance unless we get like this move to $41,000, $42,000, $43,000 in one 4-hourly candle, like a $3,000 moves. Then yes, the dominance will bounce hard. But I don't believe that this is going to happen. And we will slowly grind into 49%. And at that point down here, I will close all my altcoin positions, because I believe from there we're going to see a bounce and a major correction in Bitcoin. The total market cap also nicely reclaimed that support area of $1.346 trillion in direction of here our resistance for the altcoin season that we need to break, because above that area is the major altcoin season. We are on the way there. So with next week's candle, I believe that we will get closer to it, to $1.5 trillion in total market cap. And then potentially after the big correction in Bitcoin, when everything settled and dust is gone, then we're most likely going to break here the $1.6 trillion level. Then let's talk about really quick Ethereum, because Ethereum was also moving here yesterday. So we are here also at a key level right now, that green line here. As long as here on the 4-hourly chart Ethereum can hold that support, we will most likely see a breakout and test here $2,140 potentially today or tomorrow. to the upside, especially that we also get squeezed here from this downward sloping resistance line that we are seeing here. Yeah, so and there we are running out by, yeah, on Saturday basically for a decisive move here for Ethereum, but I believe the move will hit to the upside, because also when I look at Ethereum, a lot of things are lining up that Ethereum needs a push to the upside. I saw today something, let me see if I can get this together here on this chart. So Bitcoin basically broke out of this already on a weekly time frame, but Ethereum is lagging behind. So on Bitcoin, you find on the weekly the same symmetrical triangle, ascending triangle. Bitcoin broke here to the upside, Ethereum hasn't yet, and that's because of that resistance of $2,140. So Ethereum, I think, with the next retest at that level, will break through that, and then we're gonna see a pop to like $2,300, $2,400 immediately after clearing $2,140. And that can happen, like I said, in the next 48 hours, in my opinion. So now I just wanna recap. Is this pullback, this major pullback overall already done? Or do we need to expect further downside for Ethereum here in the imminent short term? For Bitcoin, sorry, did I say Ethereum? I meant, of course, Bitcoin. So I believe the worst is over. Like I said, $37,000 is the level to hold, to confirm this. As long as we are holding this level, we will see continuation to the upside. And until proven otherwise, I'm not that worried about the Bitcoin price action. Guys, that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Please make sure to smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again tomorrow.